All right, there's a lot to get through, so let's start with the D minor chord. I have the habit of using my pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string for that chord, and it is going to come in handy because of that later on too. But anyway, it starts with the D minor, and for the D minor chord, we're going to do thumb on the D, index on the G, middle finger on the B, and ring finger on the high E, and we go each note D, G, B, E, back down B, G, D. So, and then D, G. So watch. So it goes this way, then that way, and then D, G. Then the pattern starts over. So D, G, B, E, B, G, D, G, D, G, B, E, B, G, D, G. Now that pattern is the predominant pattern through this intro. The next chord's a B flat major. The pattern with the picking is the same, except the root note, which for the first chord, D minor, was on this D string. The next chord, that root is on the A string, but then we're skipping the D string, and the other fingers are still in the same spot from the other chord. So it'd be A, and then G with the index, B, and so forth and so on. Same as the D minor chord. So let's start with that D minor. Then this B flat major chord is a little weird, and it's just because of the notes we want to pick with our right hand. We're going to bar that 1st fret, and then we're going to do ring finger on the 3rd fret of the G, pinky on the 3rd fret of the B, and then this bar is getting that 1st fret on the high E right there. So that A string is the root, but then the pattern is the same as the D minor. So let's put those together. The next one's a bit weird. It's a G7 chord, but we're fingering it with the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, pinky on the 3rd fret of the B, and then index on the 1st fret of the high E. Now the fingering is the same as the B flat chord. We're hitting that bass on the A string. Nothing's going on with the D string, and then we've got G, B, and high E with the rest of our fingers here. So check it out. We're going to go like this. We're going to start the pattern the same way one time through. So that'd be A string, A, G, B, E, B, G, A, G. Now, this is one weird pattern. Ring finger comes down onto the 3rd fret of the E string, and we're going to hit this one time. And then G, B, high E. See that? So let's do it up to there. the exact same thing, but with the A string. A, G, B, E. So it's one on the G, and then one on this second fret of the A. So when you put it together, it looks like this. Okay, let's do it all up to that point. So next we go to a C chord, and we're going to hit the A string bass note, and then G, B, E, B, G. That's as much as we do. This pattern changes too. So A string, G, B, E, B, G. And then one more on the A root, and then this pattern's going to happen. So it looks like this. We hit that A string, then high E, B, G. So from the top of C, so we hit that bass note, and then E, B, G. Here it is from the top of the C chord again. From the top. B flat, G7. Now the C chord. Okay, so from that C chord, so we just did E, B, G, now the A root again. All right, the C one more time. Now our ring finger slides up to the 4th fret of the A string, and it's that same right hand pattern that we did for most of the chords. For that B flat, it's the A string root, and then the G, B, high E. And you just do that once. Boo, doo, da, da. So you do it one time with that 4th fret. You do it one time, and then you do it a second time with that ring finger off, and it's the open A string. So one time with it, and then with it off. So it looks like this. And all that is, they're on the same fret. It's 5th fret on the B string, 5th fret on the D string, and I'm plucking those. D and G, 5th fret, bum, bum, bum. You slide it down a whole step, then a half step. So, let's do it from the top. That's where we are so far. Now this is kind of the final section. So that's the final section. And we got to just start it the same way. And when we get to that high E, then we're going to get our ring finger to the 3rd fret of the A string. And it's that pattern where the bass is on the A string, G, B, high E. Okay? Same right hand pattern again with the B flat as we did before. Just one time. Exact same right hand pattern again with an A major chord. So we're not plucking the D string. We're doing the A root and then G, B, high E. Same pattern again with the C major chord. So those are all with the same pattern. The B flat, A major, and the C major. One each. So from the beginning of that second movement, now we need a G chord, but now we're going to do the low E bass, D string, G string, B string. So, E, D, G, B. Now we need a B flat major chord, but we're going to play it as a straight up bar chord so we can hit A, D, G, and B. We don't need the high E anymore. See that again? A, D, G, B. With the bar on the 1st fret, ring finger across there. So. F bar chord, same pattern as the G chord. And then finally an E major chord. And here's what I'm doing. I'm dragging my thumb until I get to the D string. Then I use the rest of my fingers that I've been using for this whole thing. So I'm not using my pinky at all, but I'm using these 4 fingers pretty much for the whole thing. And I'm never used to using my ring finger in a picking pattern, so it's been a challenge for me, but that's the point. Improving, growing. Okay, so from the outro thing. Back to B, ring. So it's like G, I'm using my index and thumb. G, D. D, G, A, D, E. See that? Do, da, do, da, do. From the top of the E chord. Now that's just staying on E, so look at my right hand from this angle here. Then D, G, A, D, E. The E is real quick into an A7 chord. And I'm just dragging my thumb down from the A string down. Right into the 3rd fret of the high E. And you do 3 right there. fret, back to the third. So first fret and then a... One, two, three, da, dee, dee, da, 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 da. One, O, and then 2 on the B string, 2 on the G string, open, high E. And then when that high E's ringing out, play with it a bit. Okay, so from the E chord, okay, let's try it from the top. Good luck.